What if I told you that the answer to your biggest struggles right now, that crypto investment keeping you up at night, that toxic relationship draining your energy, that career move you can't figure out was already solved 3,000 years ago? King Solomon, the guy who chose wisdom over wealth, left behind a blueprint that runs through Christianity, Judaism, and echoes across spiritual paths worldwide. And here's the kicker: this ancient knowledge hits different when you apply it to today's chaos. Stick around till the end, because what you're about to discover will completely shift how you see your problems. How ancient principles from Judaism and Christianity can fix your modern career crisis. Let's cut straight to what's really messing with your head right now. Your career, your purpose, that nagging feeling you're on the wrong path. Solomon built one of the greatest empires in ancient history, and his playbook still destroys every modern hustle guru's advice. Watch what happens when you apply this. Here's what blows my mind: the gig economy, side hustles, multiple income streams. We act like we invented this. But Judaism has always taught having diverse skills beyond religious study. Islam encourages ethical commerce and prosperity. Hinduism talks about karma yoga, work as spiritual offering. Solomon already knew: build multiple bridges, because you never know which path you'll need to cross. But there's a trap that kills most people's progress: confusing ambition with wisdom. Solomon was wildly ambitious: temples, palaces, unimaginable wealth. But he moved with strategy, with timing, with counsel from elders. He didn't skip steps. And at the end of his life, he reached a conclusion that Buddhism and Spiritism both echo: vanity of vanities, all is vanity. Meaning, chase your goals, but know why they matter. Think about your career right now. Are you chasing followers, revenue, status, or building something that matters when you're gone? Christianity calls it storing treasures in heaven. Spiritism talks about spiritual evolution through work. Paganism teaches about cycles and harvests. They all point to the same truth: legacy beats metrics every single time. The reflection habit is what separates people who react to life from people who design life. Solomon carved out time to think, question, evaluate. It wasn't luxury, it was king-level strategy. And you? When's the last time you actually stopped to reflect on your choices instead of just running on autopilot? Practical action you can take right now. Grab paper and pen. Write this: if I died in 1 year, what would I want to have built? Who would I want to have impacted? That answer becomes your compass. Everything that doesn't feed, that is noise. Build your own wisdom framework. Take what resonates from Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Spiritism, Hinduism, ancient traditions. Adapt it to your context, your values, your season. Solomon did this. He drew from multiple knowledge sources. Wisdom has no owner, only application. Keep watching, because what's coming about relationships is going to challenge everything you think you know. Drop purpose in the comments if this is hitting home. What legacy do you actually want to leave? Share your thoughts below. And if this content is adding real value, hit that like button and subscribe. What Solomon would tell you about that person who keeps texting you at a.m. Buckle up, because this is about to get uncomfortable. Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines, and ironically, he knew exactly what not to do in relationships. His mistakes became lessons for all of humanity. Let that sink in. Dating apps, Instagram stories, DMs, situationships, ghosting, all of it feels new. But the human patterns underneath are ancient. Every spiritual tradition gets this. Christianity speaks about honor and commitment. Islam about respect and transparency. Hinduism about relational dharma, doing right even when it's hard. Paganism about cycles and renewal. It's all connected. You know what Solomon's secret was for judging wisely? He watched behavior, not words. That famous story with 2 mothers and 1 baby, he didn't ask who was telling the truth. He created a situation that revealed the truth. Genius. Now apply that to your dating life. Someone says they want commitment, but disappears for 3 days after every date. The behavior tells you everything. Solomonic wisdom about relationships is brutally honest. Better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome partner. Swap quarrelsome partner, for toxic relationship, and you've got the modern formula. It's not about being with someone, it's about being with someone who adds to your life. Buddhism teaches non-attachment. Spiritism talks about spiritual affinity. Norse mythology shows partnerships built on honor. Solomon synthesizes it all. Choose someone walking in your direction, not someone you're trying to convert to your direction. Practical action that'll change your relationship game. Before you respond to that text, before you make that decision about someone, ask yourself, does this person's behavior match their words? If yes, move forward. If no, wisdom means stepping back. Here's what most people miss. Solomon's wisdom wasn't just about finding the right person. It was about becoming the right person. All these traditions, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Spiritism, they all say the same thing. Work on yourself first. You can't build a healthy relationship on an unhealthy foundation. What's wild is how this ancient knowledge predicted modern dating perfectly. The chase, the games, the confusion. Solomon called it out thousands of years ago. And the solution? Radical honesty and self-awareness. Stay with me, because what's coming about money is going to flip everything you thought you knew about wealth. Comment below. Have you ever applied ancient principles to your relationships without knowing it? Or drop wisdom if this is opening your eyes. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that bridges ancient knowledge with modern life. Why Solomon would laugh at your crypto strategy and what he'd do instead. Here's what you really wanted to know: how to apply this ancient wisdom to your wallet, your investments, your money choices. And get ready, because this goes way deeper than you expect. Remember the ant and the grasshopper? Solomon used that to teach financial planning. The ant works in summer, stores for winter. The grasshopper lives in the moment and suffers later. Now translate that to today. Crypto, day trading, crazy inflation. The principle stays absolutely the same. Judaism has always had a fascinating relationship with prosperity. Being rich isn't a sin, but being wise with wealth is an obligation. Christianity talks about stewardship, managing well what you have. Hinduism brings the concept of financial dharma, making money circulate with purpose. And Solomon, he summed it all up. Money made in haste will dwindle. You know, when you see that guaranteed investment, that get rich quick promise, that scheme everyone's jumping into, Solomon would say, stop, breathe, investigate. His wisdom about money isn't about how much you make, it's about how much you preserve and how you grow sustainably. Let me give you a practical example that'll make this crystal clear. You've got $1,000 extra. The modern grasshopper throws it all into a trending crypto because some influencer said so. The Solomonic ant divides it, 40% in something stable, 30% in moderate growth, 20% in financial education, 10% in calculated risk. See the difference? It's not about avoiding risk, it's about risking wisely. Check this out. Kardecist Spiritism talks about the law of work and prosperity earned through conscious effort. Buddhism teaches the middle way, neither greed nor waste. Solomon was teaching this 3,000 years ago. There's someone who pretends to be poor, yet is rich, and someone who pretends to be rich, yet is poor. Practical action to transform your finances today. Pull up your last 3 months of spending. Identify where you were the ant and where you were the grasshopper. Don't judge yourself, just observe. That's your map for your next wise financial decision. What's powerful is how all these traditions, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Spiritism, they all converge on the same money principle. Abundance comes from wisdom, not from hustle. Solomon proved it by becoming the wealthiest king of his time, while still having time to write wisdom literature. The modern world wants you to believe wealth is about luck or timing. Solomon knew better. It's about discipline, discernment, and delayed gratification. Those aren't sexy buzzwords, but they build generational wealth. Keep going, because the final piece about decision making is going to tie everything together in a way that'll blow your mind. Write in the comments, are you more ant planner or grasshopper impulse? Be honest with yourself. And if this content is giving you real value, smash that like button and subscribe. How to unlock Solomon's decision-making framework when life gets overwhelming. This is where everything comes together. You've got the career wisdom, the relationship insights, the money principles. Now let's talk about how Solomon actually made decisions when the pressure was on. Because let's be real, knowing what to do and actually doing it are two different things. The core of Solomonic wisdom is this: slow down before you speed up. In a world obsessed with instant results, instant gratification, instant everything, this is revolutionary. Solomon had all the power in the world, but he didn't make emotional decisions. He paused, he consulted, he reflected. Christianity teaches seeking counsel from elders. Buddhism emphasizes meditation before action. Hinduism talks about discernment through inner wisdom. Islam values consultation and collective wisdom. Spiritism speaks about guidance from evolved spirits. Solomon brought it all together. Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed. Here's where most people mess up. They think asking for help is weakness. Solomonic wisdom flips that completely. Asking for help is a superpower, not a liability. The smartest person in the room is the one who knows they don't have all the answers. Practical steps to integrate Solomonic thinking into your daily routine. Take one decision you've been avoiding. Before you act, ask 3 different people you respect what they think. Don't defend, don't explain, just listen. That's step 1 of discernment. Next, create space for reflection. Solomon didn't make snap judgments. He sat with problems. In our dopamine-driven world, sitting with discomfort feels impossible. But that's where wisdom lives, in the pause between stimulus and response. Build your personal wisdom framework by taking timeless truths and adapting them to your values. Solomon drew from Egyptian wisdom, Phoenician knowledge, and Hebrew tradition. He wasn't bound by one system. Neither should you be. The enduring power of fundamental wisdom is this: it works regardless of your religion, your background, your circumstances. Whether you resonate with Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Spiritism, or you're crafting your own spiritual path, these principles transcend everything. What's your biggest takeaway from this ancient wisdom? Comment discernment. If you're committing to making wiser decisions, share your thoughts below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs to hear it today.